Libra, rain, go away, come again, another day. Okay, that's what I feel like. I feel all these like childhood lullabies or childhood memories, childhood songs, childhood moments. Like, I feel like a lot of memories are coming out in your life right now. I feel like a lot of like pressure to be a certain type of person and fit a certain type of mold as a man, as a woman, as just a person in society. You have to fit a certain type of mold that people expect of you, or that's the type of environment or the type of social situations you've always been in. And something's changing about that. So Libra, the first thing that I saw was you opening up, whether it be you're opening up to yourself or you're opening up to someone else or having a conversation to someone else about some of your problems or issues, accepting, yourself because of what has been taught to you in your past. Two of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Cups in the reverse. You thought you had walked away from these problems, or you thought you had overcome them. You thought you could fight them. You thought that if you just confidently shook your head or screamed out and left this situation, that you would never have to hear about it again, or you would never have to deal with something like this again. But you dealt with it in different forms. So basically, you might have dealt with this growing up in your household or at school. And then suddenly, as an adult, you're still dealing with it, but through different connections, different relationships. 555 on the clock right now. You're essentially realizing that whatever this cycle is something that is maybe something that's triggered by you in your memories. You're learning that whatever's gravitating towards you is because you're still triggered, you're still traumatized by it. Okay, Five of Wands in the upright and the Fool in the reverse. Yeah, you realize that, okay, well, I walked away from a certain type of situation. I walked away from a certain type of energy, and I trusted that myself that I would never fall for it again, or I would never follow back into that type of behavior ever again. And yet here we are. And I'm still dealing with these motherfuckers. But the first step to healing this phase over Libra is acknowledging it. Acknowledging that it's an issue, or acknowledging that it's a part of your life. Acknowledging that you are still traumatized, you are still triggered. You are traumatized because you were never treated like you were special, and other people around you were treated like they were special. You were always treated, lower or lesser than, or you always had a higher standard built for you than other people. And now you're able to look at that from the outside and see how that affects your growth, see how that affects your judgment, see how that even affects your sleep. They talk about not being able to sleep at night because you're not able to achieve as much as you would in the morning. Like it's almost like you want to work all night and work all morning, like constantly nonstop, back to back, because you don't feel useful still. Seven of Swords in the upright, but that's the thing. That's the game. That's the game they played with you when you was young. Okay, that's the game that they played with you in order to bait you or treat you a certain type of way, and then reward other behaviors within you. It's almost like people were rewarding your obedience. They were rewarding a side of you that was like weak and submissive, even though you are not that. You are not that at all, right? So they were trying to reward that side to you. And that felt, even still now, it feels like a massive throwback towards, every time you get into a relationship, every time you meet somebody that you love or like, you constantly are put under pressure and feel doubtful. You put yourself under that pressure, though. Okay, it's not nothing that this person, already you're going in with a negative mindset, and then you meet someone in that negative mindset, and even if they're good, even if they're fucked up in the head, it don't matter what type of person it is. It's self-sabotage that comes through on your end. And now this could also be something that comes through on the other person's end, because we attract what we put out, essentially. But this is kind of now about your own healing. Okay, we got to stop focusing so much on what other people have shown you and focus on what you're showing others. Right, 3 of Wands and 3 of Cups in the upright is it's options, it's potentials, it's so many red flags for you. You just hate like potentials, or you hate having to think about all the possibilities of what happened to this person. And I think you also judge a lot on how someone looks. Now, this is not something that's a bad thing necessarily, especially when you want someone who's clean or your type. But what does become a bad thing is when you start making or passing judgments on other people based on, their lifestyle, based on certain things that they have, whether they wear jewelry or not. Like, there's certain things that I feel like maybe people have judged you on in the past that now you're judging other people on currently. Okay, so they judged you on the way that you kept a certain thing, or the way that you clean the house. Like they some sort of judgment comes through for you. And the Pisces, the moon card, but I feel like this is a Pisces, I feel like this is a water sign. There's people in your life who have basically created this fallacy in your eyes, and they created the fallacy that you are imperfect, and that you are fucked up, and that you are unlovable. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. So you chose to love the materialism. You chose to love the physical part of life instead of like really going and diving deep into that character trait. You decided to shower yourself in gifts, reward yourself. And I don't think that that's a wrong thing either, to reward yourself after all the pain you have been through. And also to want to be rewarded, to want to be treated well, and wanting to feel special. Those are things that are bound to happen. When you find a partner, when you find a family, when you find stability, those are all things that are going to happen no matter what. But now that you're still in this zone of like self-worth that is really, it creates such a heavy burden on your back every single time. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, like you are so beautiful, you are so attractive, you have stability and security, and you do have something to give, but you just have a really hard time believing that. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You have a really hard time believing that for some reason. You still almost look at yourself as a childish person, even though 4 of Pentacles tells me that you're someone who's very strategic. Okay, you are a huge planner. You're also somebody who doesn't take no for an answer. Once you find something that is for you and only you gonna go after that shit. Okay, you gonna chase that. You gonna get that shit one way or another, whether it be through this field or that waterfall or down that path. It don't fucking matter. You gonna have what you have. Okay, and that's the thing. Queen of Cups in the upright. That's the thing I think people don't know about you, is that you're pretty stubborn. Okay, you're really stubborn. Okay, and that causes also fixation on perfection as well. You're stubborn. So anytime you don't get something right, you can never stop picking yourself apart, and that's dangerous. Justice in the reverse, and the High Priestess in the upright. So fate and destiny has called forth a question between you and somebody else. Okay, it's called forth question between you and a relationship. It's called forth question to you in your relationship with money, with people, with job, with car, with location. Even they talking about calling forth a question. Okay, what's the question that you want to ask Libra? Ace of Cups in the reverse, Page of Cups in the upright. Okay, is this enough for you? That is the question that's being called forth, Libra. Is this situation enough for you? Are you settling for something that is lesser than what you deserve? That is what your focus is, okay? That is what you should be thinking about right now. Page of Wands in the reverse and King of Swords in the reverse, okay? So is this situation really worth your time? Okay, is this something where you can say you can see positive growth, positive impact, and you have positive feelings about, or is it just something to slow you down? Okay, because currently, right now, as it stands, what is that relationship like? Is it something that is literally creating a problem? Okay, the 2 of Cups in the upright and 4 of Wands in the upright. Yeah, people whispering in the background, people talking about this, talk about that. I feel like people wishing negativity on you, for whatever reason. 5 of Pentacles in the upright, because you're just not someone who will play with that shit. You will walk right away when someone tries to play with your emotions or play with your family, play with your partner, like you just walk right away from that shit. Childishness, 6 of Cups in the reverse. So, this is kind of where we come into like the lullabies and shit like that. It's like a lot of your trust issues from childhood, they pop through very, very heavy. They shine through very, very heavy. And that pisses you the fuck off. But the devil in the upright is like, okay, well, while it may piss you off, it's also something that emphasizes certain like dynamics sexually for you. So it could be that you like to lose control in the bedroom, like you like to be submissive, or vice versa. Maybe you like to be very dominant in the bedroom. But whatever this is, it's definitely a reflection of how you was raised and how you grew. Okay, it's almost like you make this particular trait everything in your life. Okay. And I feel like it could have something to do with skin color, like this particular trait or ethnicity, or, this particular sexuality or particular, whatever it is, you make it all about that. And I just don't feel like that's right for you. You are such an intelligent and beautiful person, socially and I think romantically as well. You can be a very loving person, and that's why it just all needs to, that part of you needs to come out, and it needs to come out healthily, and you need to talk about it. You need to communicate it. Knight of Wands in a reverse. Communicate your anger. Okay, communicate your frustration. Communicate your anger. Communicate. Because I'm telling you right now, Ace of Swords in the upright, this situation, this mental exhaustion that you're feeling right now will never, ever, ever feel satisfied. It never will, because you're meant to talk about it. You're meant to go deeper into it. I know you want to shut it down. I know you want to say it's not a problem. I know you want to try to convince yourself that you're not hurting, but you are hurting. Okay, and you need to dig. You need to fall down that dark hole once again in order to sort out what the fuck is down there. Okay, and this is your job. This is your job, not nobody else's job. Nobody should have to change certain things for you. You got to fix this for yourself. Okay, this whole insecurity, or this is just your responsibility, whatever it may be. So Libra, that's what's up.